Hi everyone, my name is Mackenzie and welcome to my channel. So today I did this look right here. It's more of a winter inspired kind of thing. I used two palettes today in it, the Tartist Pro right here, which I love this palette, and this mini Too Faced white chocolate chip palette right here. I don't usually do looks like this. I do more warm tones and pinks and browns, stuff like that. But this is just a really pretty purple look, more shimmer. Did a little bit of liner with eyeshadow. Nothing too intense with a nude lip, kind of dewy skin. Welcome to my channel. I am new at this. This is my first video, so welcome. I think I start off my video with my skincare already done, but I show you what I put on before. I guess this is where we get on into the video. So I'll see you in like 2 seconds. Okay, bye. For moisturizer, I used the Clarins Multi-Active Jouet. Pronunciation, French. I took Spanish. But that one's nice. Start off with some lip balm. Rosebud salve, upside down. And I've already washed my hands. I always wash my hands before doing my makeup and touching my face because I don't want any acne from bacteria. First, I'm going to start off by priming my face, and I'm going to use the Smashbox Primerizer. I almost dropped it. Okay. I love this stuff because it's one, super moisturizing, and two, it really helps with the longevity of my makeup. And now I'm taking this Beauty Flash Balm from Clarins. I like it because it just like smooths out everything without kind of rubbing it in. You just put it on the areas you want to kind of plump and brighten and tighten. I've already wet my beauty sponge. This one is from L'Oreal. And I'm going to take the L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation in shade 203. I think this is nude beige. This one is medium coverage and I love the finish of this. I just take a little bit and I start off on this side of my face and I just press this into the skin. I like having a little bit more coverage on the perimeters, like not the perimeters but my cheekbones really, because I have more acne scarring there from when I had really bad cystic acne in high school. On my nose, my upper lip, on my chin. And this foundation is so skin-like. It's definitely like a dewy to natural finish. You can kind of see, get a little bit of a glow right there. So I'm going to use two concealers today. They're both Tarte Shape Tape, but the first one is in the shade Light Medium Honey. And I use this to conceal like on my cheeks, like my acne scarring, or if I have a pimple, which I have a little one coming in right there. And I just press it onto wherever I need a little bit more coverage. So for under the eyes, I use Light Sand from Tarte, just because I like a little bit of a highlight and brightening. Always before I do my under eye concealer, I like to set my forehead because I think it prevents creasing and just I think it looks better overall, because when I do my under eyes I look up and I scrunch my forehead and it creases, and I find I always just like setting it before any creases develop. That way I can prevent it and it just looks a lot nicer. To set my face, I use this guy right here. It's from IT Cosmetics. It is the Heavenly Luxe Jumbo Powder Brush number 3, and this thing is literally huge. My setting powder, which I swear by, I love it so much. It's the Derma Blend Loose Professional Setting Powder, and this is the Cool Beige tinted one. So this is, like I said, a setting powder, so it's just going to set everything and smooth it out. Prepare the face for other powder products we're going to put on so they blend a lot easier.
I need a spoolie. Are you filming right now?
Yes, I am.
I need a spoolie.
Oh my god. Okay. Stop.
Wow.
Stop.
Look at this thing.
You don't do it that way. You comb them like behind.
Fucker.
Well, I'm not putting that in there. I'm not gonna have swearing on my channel. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna set my forehead now so I can do my under eye concealer after. And basically I just kind of pull my forehead up to flatten it, and I press in to get rid of any creases. And I take my powder brush, dip it in some of the powder, and I press that on top. Like I always do my base makeup by pressing motions, like I said, because I think it just really looks nice and skin-like on the skin, if that makes any sense. Looks very, very pretty as a finish. So I'm just pressing that in, preventing any creases or anything. Now I'm gonna go in with light sand shaped tape, and I take this, I don't use a lot of it, I mainly focus right here and go upward just like that, and I blend it up because I don't really need a lot of concealer right under here, so I'm just blending upwards, and like I said, pressing motions. And I would say this under eye concealer shade is about a shade to a shade and a half lighter than my skin tone. Dude, that pimp, like I don't freaking understand where it came from. I wasn't there yesterday. Okay, now that I did under eye concealer, I'm gonna take powder and set that. So I'm still using the Dermablend powder to set under my eyes, but I'm just using the original translucent one, just so it doesn't manipulate the color of my highlighted. But I'm actually gonna take a little bit more of this light sand shade, do a little bit right there, right above my jaw, right underneath my cheekbone, where my shadow shade goes, just to highlight and balance out the highlight a little bit. Wherever you put a highlight shade, you're drawing light attention to it, so you're pulling it out of the skin. And same with your shadow shade. You're pushing that in and you're making a shadow, creating depth and definition on the face. So put that right there, kind of just to give me already a natural contour. So for under my eyes, I'm going to be using another IT Cosmetic brush. This is the Velvet Luxe Precision Complexion Brush. It's the 310. Take a little bit of translucent powder, my sponge, and I'm just going to blend out my creases. When you set under the eyes, always set pressing motions from out here backwards in, backwards, just like this, because it really blends out all the creases. Okay, I'm gonna do my other eye now, and I'll be right back. Now to set the rest of my face, I'm just gonna take that same setting powder and brush I used for my forehead earlier and press it into my skin, setting everything else. I'm quickly going to prime my eyes, and I'm going to use my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. It's this one. It's more pink toned, so it's going to cancel out any dark pigmentation or veins I have. Just lost an eyelash. I use the same brush I used to set my under eyes, and just using that same face powder top to set it so that all my eyeshadow blends really seamlessly because it's blending into a powder. The biggest, I think, key to blending and having really, really seamless lines on your face and your eyes is to have everything blend into powder. For bronzer, I'm obsessed with this palette. It's the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette. Shout out to Caroline, my manager at Ulta. She gave this to me. She's given me so much makeup, but I have used this almost every day since she's given it to me. I love it so much. For my bronzer brush, I'm taking this Real Techniques 100 brush. This is for powder. I really like it for bronzer because it's super fluffy but still kind of round, paddle shaped. And in this palette, I'm taking the shades Lo-Fi and Angel. I'm taking this one and this one, and I'm mixing them to kind of make it more of a shimmery bronzer. I first start bronzer right on the temples on my forehead because our forehead is more prominent just naturally on everyone, so that's where the sun hits us when we get naturally tanned. Just adding some warmth and color back into my face, just dusting that there. And I take it and I start like all of my cheek stuff. I always start from the top of the tragus downwards like this. I don't go any further than right at the corner of my eye. So I just take it, kind of do back and forth, blending upwards, not really blending downwards, because if we blend downwards it's going to be more of like a 5 o'clock shadow effect, and we do not want that. Doing the same thing, look at the difference. Same thing on the other side. Right here on the hairline. We're going to move on to contouring and highlighting. So for shadowing, I have this Makeup Forever Z palette, my contouring shades, and I put them in here. I use this for my kit and this for personal use. But I take the shade Java and Fawn and I mix those to make more of a cool tone contour shade. Highlighter brush from e.l.f. I really like e.l.f. brushes. Tapping off excess. And again, I'm starting the contour from the top of my tragus down like this. Blending upwards always. Oh my god, it's like I'm a new woman. And I always take a little bit right here just to pull in the forehead a little bit, make it a little bit smaller. Same thing on this side. And I really like this brush because it's still more like little and tapered, but it's still fluffy, so it's not going to give a super harsh line, but it's still going to be more precise with application because of the tapered part of it. Basically, that is it. Now we have more definition in our cheekbones. I always take a little bit right under the chin and on the jawline. Now for blush, I'm taking my Urban Decay Afterglow blush in this shade Rapture. Favorite blushes ever. This is what the shade looks like. Super plummy purple deep shade. A little tip I really like is I take a dual fiber brush like this. I don't have any product on this. I just keep it clean and I use it to go over everything and really blend and have seamless lines on my face. This is the E3 from Morphe. Love this brush. One of the main reasons why I love these blushes is because you see this netting texture right here. So what you do is you just get your blush like normal and then you rub it on the top of this right here and it takes off the perfect amount of product. But then when you close it, all the product falls back onto the pan, which I really enjoy. I take blush and I always kind of start from the back and bring it forward just a little bit, just like that. Biggest tip when you're putting on blush, everyone kind of just does that thing where they like smile like this and you know, but I never smile. I never have my clients smile when I put on blush, because when you smile your cheek muscles rise and you're putting that blush on and then you're not gonna be like all the time, like you're gonna have like a normal resting face. So when you're in your like normal resting face, your cheeks are gonna be like more droopy because that blush was applied more high up and it's just gonna droop down. So I always do like a, you know, just a neutral like normal face when I put on my blush. I do it from the apples all the way back, really enhancing that cheekbone. I'm gonna go in with this now before I highlight. It's the Urban Decay Illuminizer Beauty Powder. It's translucent, but it just kind of brightens and illuminates. And I'm gonna go in with this Target brush, but I like this. I like the shape of it. And it's fluffy, but it's tapered, so I just take the smallest amount of that and I go right underneath my contour, and it kind of cleans it up and like illuminates that to pull it out to make it more enhanced. On the chin to highlight a little bit, and then I go right in the triangle shape under my eyes to kind of highlight and illuminate. For highlighter, I'm gonna go in with this Zoeva 129 fan brush. I'm taking the Becca Champagne Pop highlighter. And I do highlighter right here. Yep, just highlighted my pimple. I go a little, like right above the arch of the eyebrow. Ooh. Look at that. You can see that in camera so nicely too. Oh my god. Cupid's bow. A little bit on on the chin. For eyebrows, I've been using my Brow Wiz from ABH. Hopefully this is gonna work. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Why am I out of breath? I'm literally sitting here doing makeup. I kind of start right here, following my natural shape. I don't think I said this. I'm using the shade Dark Brown. It's gonna be a little bit more warm. My hair, I used to be really blonde. It's kind of getting more warm toned now and getting some highlights because I haven't had it done since September. So this is gonna add a little bit more warmth to match my hair shade as well. Going in with my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I feel like it just defines the hair and makes them look more, gives them more life, if that makes any sense. And eyebrows done. This is the Pro Tapered Crease Precision 19 brush. Right there. Super fluffy but more tapered, just like so. I love this so much for applying my transition shades. The palettes I'm going to be using today, focusing in the Mini White Chocolate Bar palette, using that shade, maybe that shade, and then this one right there. The Tartist Pro palette. I'm going to start off in this palette, and I'm taking these two shades, this matte warm tone and this matte brown. Wherever you first press your brush, that's gonna put the most product on your face or your eye. So always starting on the outside of my eye, blending inwards. I'm taking basically these two shades right here, mixing them like that. I'm putting that kind of right underneath that first shade we went into, blending it into that. Just like that. And now we have our transition shades in. Now I'm going to go in with a darker brown in the outer corner. And I'm taking just a more tapered, precise blending brush. Still fluffy though. I'll compare it next to this one so you can see. Just to get a little bit more of a precise line, but still tapered and fluffy to blend it out. And I'm taking this shade right down the bottom. I'm going to be focusing this in the outer parts of my eye. Now on the outer corner, I'm doing little by little. I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Glitter Glue. This stuff is amazing. You don't have to use this just for glitter. You can use this for any shimmer eyeshadow that you really want to stand out and make look beautiful. I just take a little bit and press it right here with my finger. Everywhere I'm going to put that shimmer purple shade. On the inner corner, right up to about the center part of my lid. To this shade right here, and I'm gonna put that from my lid to mainly the outer part of my outer V. Oh my god, look what I just did. No! Abort mission. Abort mission, abort mission. Oh my god, abort.
One eternity later.
Hey, I did it. Taking that on my finger pressing it. That's how that looks. Now, after we're done blending out those lines, really buffing it in, I'm gonna wipe away the fallout. Going in with that same precision brush from Morphe and that chocolate brown shade, going there right in the outer corner. That's what that looks like after applying that purple shade. I'm going to take this Morphe M518, this black sparkly shade right on that corner, put a little bit of this right on the very outer V. So now that that is done, I'm going to take a brush like so, and that same translucent powder, I use this under my eyes, press it in a clean line where I want to clean up my eyeshadow. Basically do the same thing as tape, but without putting tape on our face and killing our face. Just like that. Now while that's sitting, I'm just going to take this brush. It's just a flat paddle brush that I got in my kit at school. Super flat. Taking that white frosted shade. I love frosty highlights on my brow bone and inner corner. I think they're so pretty. Just wiping away that powder. See how it kind of cleaned up a little bit? Kind of made a diffuse soft line. Now for under the eye. I'm taking, again, this doesn't have a number on it, it's from Morphe. Smudgy paddle brush, a little bit thicker. For under the eye to just kind of smoke out the transition shades we used before. I'm just going to go in with those same two shades right down here from the Tarte palette. Connecting from that outer corner. Really smoking that transition shade. Giving a lot of dimension and smokiness. Rule of thumb, whatever you do up here, do down here, make it an equal footprint. And look how much bigger my eye looks too. Blending that out. Taking this brush right over here. Compared to what I just used, it's a little bit thinner and more square, more precise and paddled shape. Oh my god, I don't know how to do this focus thing. Maybe. Taking that chocolate brown shade in this palette that I put in the outer part in the beginning and focusing that on the outer part of my eye. Just like how we focused it on the outer part. Lid. Placing it a little bit closer to the lash line than I placed the, and not really going past my pupil, just like that. Going in with this Schron smudger brush. No idea where it's from, it's just like a little pencil smudger brush. Just taking the black out of this palette and focusing in the very, very outer parts of my under eye. Just like that. I have lash extensions, so I don't need to do mascara. So I just kind of comb out my lashes. And I don't really do eyeliner with this kind of look because I really like the attention to be mainly on the color of the shadow and the shadow itself. But I might even do a little bit right on the lash line with some powder. The same brush I just used for the black, this one right here. Taking the black and mixing it with the brown. barely going past right here on the eye. I think a really pretty lash, if you don't want to just wear mascara with this look, would be the Demi Wispies from Ardell, because they're super natural looking, really easy to apply, and they won't take too much away from the actual look itself. For bottom mascara, I'm taking my Mr. Big by Lancome. Just tossing. Okay, that bottom mascara is done. The eyes are done. I'm gonna do lips and setting spray. I'm gonna do this lipstick in the shade 215 Totally Toffee from Maybelline. That's what that looks like. Super pretty color, nude, so the focus is really on the eyes. Just using my all-nighter Urban Decay setting spray. And I always take my beauty sponge after I'm done doing that and press it into the skin. We are finished. Yeah. This is the look I did. This was kind of like a get ready with me tutorial kind of thing. First video, so don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. So the whole time I was not looking at camera, and now I'm getting a hive on my forehead because I'm nervous. Okay guys, so that was my first YouTube video. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you know me, you know this means the world to me, and I've been trying to do this forever. So thank you so much for all your love and support on this video. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe down below and turn on the post notifications so you can get notified when I upload next. Like this video, of course, and leave a comment down below if you want to request a video or anything like that, or just come and say hi. I'd really appreciate that. But thank you guys so much, and have a beautiful rest of your day, morning, night, whatever time it is when you're watching this. But thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!